Allie,
Hello.
I've missed you.
I miss you. How are ya?
I'm doing good, just ready for this fight.
Yeah. Well, so before we get into it all, how's everything been? You've been training? How's the family?
Everything is good. I've been in the gym most of the time, so it's mostly calls with mom and dad and Logan. But Julia's been there, and we're gonna get to spend Christmas all together, which is cool.
That is really cool. That's so special. So just to jump into what we're here to talk about, obviously you've been prepping to fight Tommy. Now you are being partnered up again with Tyron Woodley. Tell me a little bit about just how did that change your training at all? Do you
Yeah,
have to
for
change your
sure.
mindset?
For sure. We had to change things around, going from fighting Tommy, who's more of a boxer and has an elusive style, to fighting Tyron, who is strong, tough, comes forward, and is a shorter guy. So we had to switch up the sparring partners last minute, bring in different people. But that's all part of the game, This is boxing. We both took the fight on short notice.
Yeah, and what is it like to have this opportunity to go up against him once again? Do you feel like the pressure is on more than it was before?
For sure. But I like that. And for me, I wasn't happy with my performance last time, and so this is an opportunity to correct that and to come in and get the knockout that I was looking for last time. I had a chip on my shoulder going into camp, and I wanted to work extra hard so that no matter who I was fighting, that I would go in there and knock them out.
hmm and you've said that you don't think that the fight with Tommy will actually ever happen. Why exactly is that?
I just don't want to give him the fight. He needs the fight, and I don't need Tommy Fury. I could fight anybody. There's people calling me out every week. Big names. These aren't little people. They're the pound for pound, you know, boxing champions talking about me, to the pound for pound UFC champions talking about me. So who is Tommy Fury in the grand scheme of things? And that's why I'm like, sorry, Tommy, we're never gonna fight. You had your chance and you blew it.
hmm Definitely. I get it. And you have said that you would possibly. There's been other names tossed up. Who do you think's next? Do you have, or just it's kind of whoever comes for you first?
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's back to the drawing board after this fight. We have a lot of decisions to make on the business side of things. And there's a lot of people calling me out. So we'll see where the stars align.
hmm
And I want someone reliable, I want someone who actually we know is going to get in there and make the fight happen and isn't going to push it or try to push it because of an injury.
hmm Definitely. And you did open up as well about a little bit about being advised to stop your boxing career, that you've had some medical issues surrounding it. Where do you stand with that?
You know, I'm moving forward, to me it doesn't matter, and I'm doing what I love, and that's all that people should do in life, and nothing should stop you from doing what you love.
hmm and you have been a major advocate for fighters' pay, especially female boxers and female fighters. Can you tell me a little bit about just getting into that fight and why that's so important to you?
Yeah, so when I came into the sport, I just started to talk with sparring partners, boxers, my coaches, really anyone just about the sport, and I started to hear all these like horror stories about how fighters are getting paid $1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 on some of the biggest cards possible. A fighter that I know was fighting on McGregor versus uh, uh, Mayweather with one of the biggest pay-per-views, and he was getting paid pennies. And I hear stories about this all the time. I'm like, you're risking your life, and this doesn't make any sense. We need to figure out a way to get people paid more, and I'm going to be the leading prime example of that, and to even take money out of what I would make and give it back to the fighters who have been in this sport their whole entire lives.
Mm-hmm. And so that's a fight that you plan to continue as you go forward with your career.
For sure, for sure, and it's working, and especially with women's boxing, they've been taking advantage even more so than the men on that side of things. And what we're showing with Amanda Serrano is that women can get a seven-figure payday, and that's what we're doing in 2022, and that's exciting because that just shows the value of women in this sport. And it's going to be the trickle down effect of like, oh, they're getting seven figures, then my pay deserves to be more at the lowest level. And so we're making an impact already, and that's all I could hope for.
Definitely. She's such a badass. Do you feel like Julia will ever get in the ring? Would you like to see her fight?
I don't know. I don't want Julia to get in the ring. Definitely not.
I don't either. Do you think your brother will ever get back in there, Logan?
For sure. For sure he will. We'll see when and who and where. But he's a fighter at heart, and he's definitely itching to figure out a fight for himself.
Mm-hmm. And as you go into your fight, what's your game plan? What's the motto?
I've done everything I've needed to do. I know what I have to do to win. So just staying focused and staying calm and being patient and executing the game plan and not getting excited or not letting the moment get to me.
Mhm.
So just being ready.
Amazing. Well, I will, as always, be rooting for you. And it's so good to see you. You really seem like you're in such a great place, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, Ali. I really appreciate that, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.